So this is a lost art here. The black screen that I'm looking at. The art of putting a demo at the beginning of your game, when the player hasn't started playing yet, and or they're just like sitting around talking to somebody, and then somebody starts playing like pretty good, and then they die in a really frustratingly simple way. Like they usually die in a way that anybody who's familiar with the game, and particularly somebody who obviously like worked on the game and is recording their playthrough for the demo, would never die that way, right? Like,
oh yeah, it looks like they're trying to play so they can tease the game, but not like they die right before they get the crystal.
Yeah.
If we watch long enough, I'm sure we'll see that again.
Yeah, it'll frustrate you. Like they'll play very competently as if they have the entire game memorized, and then suddenly they'll throw the game on something stupid just to be like, look at all the challenges of this game.
Yeah, and like the arcade games would have a demo to attract players. They called it attract mode.
Right. So that person like didn't even get the treasures, so you could see what's in the box, right? Like if you got it too fast, it would be like, well, what was that?
It's like it shows like a bit of the first level or one of the levels that you have to be good to get to.
Right. But yeah, you're right. If it's like attract mode, then the player's pretty good, right? Like the player looks like they spent 25 cents to play the entire game. It's Thingus. We're back. We've been gone. Well, I've been gone. Joe's been sitting in this chair, in this seat for 2 weeks.
Who are you talking to?
What was that?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I don't know. Who's in the
just
chat?
Shouting into the void.
Just shouting
You're
into
just
the...
sharding into the zoid.
How was my time in the weed smoking wood? Oh, it was wonderful. I'll get into it. I don't know when. Maybe when I'm recording a show, I'll get into it. No, it was awesome. Apparently, there was a heat wave going on in Philadelphia here, but I didn't know about it. Apparently, everybody in the United States was suffering horribly.
Yeah.
Some other stuff happened that I didn't hear about at all until later. And it was 10 degrees cooler. I was up on a mountain, living in a van. I think I showered 4 times on the entire trip. 2 times at my in-laws' house, and 2 times in the van. It was really cool. I had never attempted that before. I was scared, but my van has a wooden floor that pulls away, and there is a basin underneath. And once you've dusted all the crumbs off of that, it's a pretty nice place to stand while you're taking a shower in the middle of the hallway of the van. You kind of just pull the curtain around you, and it feels like a shower once you're in there. I was scared, but once I was in there, it was actually quite nice. It is a wonderful thing to feel clean when you've been camping and not have to go into the... Have you ever taken a shower at a campground, like the campground shower?
I've only gone camping once with you guys.
Oh, man. Okay. We'll have to rectify that before the summer's out. But
yeah, like that's bullshit. Like you could have gotten that so easy.
Why did you do that? Yeah, I remember watching this and being like, what are you talking about? What do you mean, whoa? What van is this? So the van that me and my husband have is a 1999 leisure travel, Canadian made, I believe. We bought it during the pandemic when everybody was going insane and doing things like that. But we love it. It's wonderful. And, when it's working, it's great. It's just terrific. So I love this backstory. My son could not click through this fast enough. He was just like bup, 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 when we watched this earlier.
But then they still make him listen to Cortex in
Yes.
the next scene.
Yeah, you can't completely skip this.
This looks so cool.
It's
like
great.
PS1
Yeah.
looked awesome.
I was always impressed by this. The way the shapes stretch and move, like with the mouths, I always thought it looked wonderful, and it still does. Yeah. There's a lot of attitude there.
Very expressive characters in this.
Yes.
Crash, my battery is fried. Make yourself useful.
No context, yes. Well, you have to play the first game, obviously. Crash's hot sister. they get this from Banjo-Kazooie.
But this game is older.
Oh, wow. All right.
This is like 96 or 7.
Now that I think about it, Banjo-Kazooie owes a lot to this game.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda. He wears the same, like, well, he wears different color pads, but like he's like a shirtless bear with pads.
Right, a rugged little skater dude who lives in the woods, and he's got a beautiful sister, and she's like, dude, what are you doing? Get out there and save everyone. I guess. Is that what this is about? Saving people?
No, she's like, my battery's fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and get me a new battery.
Right.
So she can talk to her online boyfriend.
Right. And then there's these little like tribal masks that are also in Banjo-Kazooie, right? Like a mask.
Oh, you can mesh through it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. A mask that is essentially a face.
Yeah.
That is expressive on its own. They both thought that looked cool in the 90s. Where do I keep my van? I park it in front of the house. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's a Class C. It's wait, yeah, right? Class C are the little ones. There's Class A. It's out of order for some reason. Class A motorhomes are those massive buses that you see where, you know, just thundering down the highway with yeah, the one Pete has in a Goofy movie where when you get there, it immediately just chops down every tree within 5 feet of it, and all of the walls expand, and there's like 5 living rooms in there. Then Class B, confusingly, is the small motorhome that most people recognize as a motorhome. The attic on top, the boxy shape. Usually it has a little dinette inside with like the 2 benches and the table in the middle, and then that all turns into a bed that usually children sleep on. I do not have a driveway. I live in a row house, but let me get to what a Class C is. A Class C is basically a Sprinter van. They're the on-trend motorhome of the last decade. They're the ones that people are talking about when they're hashtag van lifing, pretending to be happy, living in a van. They are about 19 feet long. This one's about 19 feet long, and it's no longer than, you know, any of the guys in the neighborhood who keep a truck for work. So we park it right in front of the house, and it's very small, but it is just big enough for us. Like if me and my husband were a few inches taller, this shit would not work. We the day we went to get this thing from the used car lot, another couple showed up and they drove 2 hours to get there, and the man was like 6'5", and they stepped inside and then immediately stepped out again, and it was ours. So yeah, it's awesome. You know, it's just enough. It's just enough for a family of 3 with a small child to live in for 2 weeks without strangling each other. It's wonderful. It is just so lovely. I wish I was lying to, to score influencer points, but I actually do love that smelly little van and the cute little vacations we have in it. And it was a wonderful 2 weeks. We had problems. We showed up and immediately got stuck in the mud for one thing. Like immediately. We pulled into our camping ground and immediately got stuck in the mud. And this was not like a campground. It was just primitive land. So we needed CAA, which is the Canadian version of AAA, to come and pull us out of the mud. That was how it started. And it just got better from there. It was awesome. I returned to you. You can't see, but I am definitely a few shades tanner because I mostly lived outside. And all of my bug bites have mostly dried up and and healed. And I haven't thought about work in weeks, guys. Like, I thought I'd be sitting there thinking about work. I didn't think about a fucking thing. You know what I thought out there? What needs to be done? What needs to be done? The clothes need to be hung. The battery needs to be charged. The dishes need to be washed. The van needs to be organized. That's all I thought about. I was like an animal out there. Just thinking about basic day-to-day. I had nothing else to do. I know that camping is not everybody's choice of a vacation, but I'm telling you, when chores are the only thing you have to do, you're like the goddamn Smurfs out there. You're singing a happy song. And when you're the only woman at camp, everybody loves you. How were your 2 weeks, Joe?
Stressful. Working on my video, but feeling like I'm going to like run out of money and die before it's done, and like begging my followers a lot for some coffee and making it work.
Oh man.
I'm on the cusp of a merchandise deal, which is good, but yeah. It's been taking a long time. So I've been real stressed about that. And today, like, I was just like, working on my design and whatever. And suddenly I noticed that like the outside is coming in. Like there's like gallons and gallons of water.
There was a flash flood.
Yeah.
Flash flood in Philly today.
Yeah. And like there's just like gallons and gallons of water coming into my house. And like I'm just like screaming and like using a straw to suck it up and like put it into a cup and like using a vacuum cleaner and sucking it up with the vacuum cleaner.
Oh my God.
And like having the vacuum cleaner dripping everywhere as I'm screaming, running it to the sink to dump it. At some point I realized that this water I was bailing out was still coming in, and like by the end of it, I used all of my towels. By the end of it, there was like there must have been like 20 gallons of water coming. It was like an entire shower in my house.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna try and find the silver lining for you. You do not own this building, and ultimately, it is not your problem. Like, it's your problem today.
It was my problem until the guy came. And when the guy came, it was nice and sunny. It was like he fixed the problem in the sun.
Ah, how nice for him.
Nice.
How nice for him.
I mean, luckily he was there to fix it, but it's not going to rain for like another week. So
oh my God.
I had to just endure it and hopefully not again, because that better be fixed.
Yeah, no, that sounds like the fix. I guess, have you not had a flash flood like this since?
No, I
since you
have,
lived there?
and this happened before. I just didn't notice until like weeks later, maybe, because like everything was dry but stuck to the windowsill, and I have like a bag of fortunes. Like I save all of my fortune cookie fortunes, and that was soaked. All of my cookie fortunes were wet and stuck to each other. I was like, how did this happen?
Oh, well, guess I won't think about this again.
Yeah. Oh well.
For months.
It was like, I'll you know, forget about that. And then like a week later, it's like happening again. And it's like, no! It's like, it's everywhere. It's like, it didn't get to my computer and stuff,
Yeah,
which
no,
is
I'm
in the
very-
same room.
It sounds like nothing got perma ruined other than your fortunes.
Well, no, my fortunes are dry. They're fine.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose those. They know
mean,
everything.
Did any of them predict what would happen to you?
What? I like sucked one up with the vacuum cleaner. I was like, I can't just throw this out. I have to look at it. And it said, change is inevitable, except for vending machines.
What? All right. I got a bone to pick with fortunes.
That's
lately.
a bad one.
Fortunes are getting a little more live, love, laugh lately. Have you noticed?
I mean, there's a bunch that are cheeky, like, no fortune this time, or, by about time I got out of that cookie.
Yeah, once in a while. Lately, okay, because like my fortunes used to be like, one cannot be one unless they are none. You know, like it used to be. It used to be little bits of 500-year-old wisdom. Now I get, never let anyone tell you are not valid. Like, am I crazy? I have noticed within
what
the
Chinese food are you getting?
I mean, all over the place. I'm getting worse fortunes. They're getting more 21st century. Absolutely. I want 5th century.
Yeah, the shit that holds up, not the shit that we just came up with.
Exactly.
Like, how long have we been saying live, laugh, love?
20 years?
No way. It's not that long.
Really? I remember.
We've been saying YOLO for thousands of years.
Well, we have definitely been acknowledging that we only get one life for a while. I mean, I
So I
suppose
guess
it depends.
that's the same thing as live, laugh, love.
No. Well, live, laugh, love, I imagine, like, I kind of mentally align live, laugh, love with those multi-use loft buildings, because
Ew.
those were always like, live, work, play, pee-pee, poo-poo. And those have
Shit,
been around for a
piss,
while.
Masturbate.
You know, all the things you do in your home and at work and while you're playing.
Play with yourself.
In your empty apartment with 20-foot ceilings.
That costs $2,200.
That's the exact price they cost.
Work, because that's all you have time for.
Yeah, work as a freelancer from home. Because that's the
Live,
only job
if you
that there
can
is.
call it that. No!
A cookie that just says the game. I like that. You want the wisdom of mentally ill homeless people in your fortune cookies. I could say a cookie is just a cookie. Remember the Fancy Fig Newton commercials where it was like Fig Newtons. These are the fancy cookies.
Oh my god.
Well,
yeah.
It kind of was true though that like if a cookie was like crummy in any way, I was like, that's for 80-year-olds. Like if it had crumbs. I wanted a cookie that you bit into it and it was like the material they make IKEA furniture out of. That's a cookie for young people. If a cookie had crumbs, you got it from the cookie jar of a lady whose ceiling is crawling with black mold. And she doesn't know.
She doesn't know what that is.
She doesn't know what that is, and nobody can explain it to her. That's where you're eating Fig Newtons. At that sweet old lady's house. While inhaling her mold.
I only eat fancy cookies, like Fig Newtons.
Yeah, like Frasier would be hawking those, right?
Yeah, a Frasier commercial that they brought him back and he's like 84 now and he's like sneaking a Fig Newton.
It's
and
just,
his dad, who's like 100, is like catching him.
Oh, I see. You're saying these commercials are like Kelsey Grammer, but like fully in character as Frasier. Right, because Frasier is the smart show.
They rebuilt the entire Frasier set just for the Fig Newton commercial.
Fig Newton is still going, right? Nabisco?
Yeah, I mean, do you like Fig Newtons?
Yeah, I like Fig Newtons. Reliably vegan friendly and available.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the only vegan cookie.
Well, Oreos are vegan.
Right.
Nutter Butters, which I also love, which is one of the cookies we got during the Great Nabisco Summer.
The Great Nabisco Summer.
Yeah. I've talked about the Great Nabisco Summer on the stream before. I'll just give the short version. We grew up across the street from just like 5 factories.
They made like airplane parts.
Yeah, airplane parts was closest to us. We looked out onto an airplane factory, and next over from that was the Nabisco factory. And there was one summer when we were old enough to ride our bikes, down to the old factory without our parents.
Across the street.
Yeah, basically just across the street and down the block. No older than that. And we were down there riding our bikes in the parking lot on the weekend. And I don't know who, somebody discovered that the dumpster was filled with sealed packages of cookies that were about to expire. Nabisco can't ship those because they were too close to expiration. Look, even if they hadn't expired, we're taking those cookies, right? And we did. We filled our homes with those cookies. Us and a few kids around the block who were cool. Then one day, we showed up, and there were a lot of older kids there, chasing us out, protecting the dumpster. We couldn't get in. But they weren't always there, and the cookies did replenish, and, even if the teens only left us with the bottom of the barrel stuff, what would be a poor cookie that we would have gotten from there?
Like a chocolate mint cookie.
Yeah, something like that. We still would have been like, hey, free cookies. We were happy that summer. We were so happy. Then one day, this dumbass kid's dumbass dad calls up the factory, gets the management on the phone, and says, I was just wondering if those cookies that the kids are taking from the dumpsters are treated with pesticides. Pesticides. It's a sealed package in plastic. Who cares if they spray it with pesticides? And of course, the factory locked the gates after that. They didn't let anybody in after that. This moron had to know if the cookies were poison or not. Ruined our summer. The dream was over. We all went home. But that basement was full of Nutter Butters for a few months after that. That golden summer. I'm going to be talking about that summer on my deathbed. Mark my word.
Fuck!
So
It's like the 20th time!
Those fucking birds. Annoying. Their beaks are long.
Yeah, I was pretty young, but I remember those cookies.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they were sprayed with cyanide. They were good.
Oh, they were good. They were fine.
Any free cookie is a good thing.
Yeah. Our parents had decided it was okay, so we were fine.
This fucking dad guy probably had stock in Nabisco or something.
Oh my god.
He was evil.
Yeah, he was
evilly like keeping us from those cookies, like the company.
He was probably mad because he didn't know how to say no to his kids. And when his kids brought home 5 boxes of cookies and ate all of them in front of him, he couldn't say anything.
No!
I don't get what are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
Earlier?
I don't fucking know.
All right. We might be moving on from this pretty soon.
Like, die is what you do.
Oh. Can you get to a checkpoint? Can you get to a point?
No, I can't. This is the checkpoint. Well, if you die enough times, the game gives you a Kunamaga.
Oh,
but
really?
like,
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
I have no idea how to beat it without that.
Right. It's like it's compassionate. It's quality of life improvements.
The quality of life improvement.
Peter really likes quality of life improvements.
I love video game remakes. You gotta play the remake for Crash Bandicoot. They added quality of life.
It's so freaking easy now.
You can just do a save state now.
So obviously we're not doing a capture of the hardware tonight. We're emulating. Yeah, for those who have noticed. No. But that's because we wanted to play Sega Saturn, so we're gonna have a little fun with that tonight.
And I guess you're not gonna buy one.
I'm not gonna buy a Saturn.
Yeah.
Well, I could buy a Saturn, but all the games I want on it are very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, with these disc games, you can't get the EverDrive. So, for now, emulation will have to do. But it does. We've been having a lot of fun with this thing for the past couple of days.
Cool.
I realized that Steam plays RetroArch, which is an multi-emulation program. Took a little setting up, but now I can play disc games on my handheld, and it works as a streaming device too. Joanna Blackheart is in the chat, waiting very, very patiently for Sonic 3D Blast, and defending it. So I'll just say off the bat, since we're not playing Sonic just yet, my recollection of this game comes solely from department stores.
Yeah.
I never owned this game, never played it in my house. I only know that I would go to Toys R Us and look at that game and be like, this sucks. But I can't tell you exactly why I felt that way about it. And I am absolutely willing to revisit it with an open heart and an open mind.
Is this gonna work? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's already a game? Oh no,
Oh.
this is me.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can like play these games wherever I go, and I can just save all of them too. It's real convenient. It's just so freaking convenient. Thingus.
Yeah, they made Crash Bandicoot more convenient. It's so convenient now.
That's what I needed. All right. So what are we playing next?
I guess do some Saturn.
All right. All right. So here's what I got right now. So for Saturn we got. You want to? All right. Do you want like a little bit of a novelty? I've got. Oh. Wait, did I load it up or did I forget? All right. Well, I have one of them. I have one treasure game if you'd like to try it.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. I have two. Actually, let me show you this one because I've already seen this one. So I'll show it to you. Uh-oh. Where's the queue? There we go. Too bad we don't have the Neo Geo Pocket and Game Gear Sonic games. Well, we can. We can. We don't have them right now, but we may have them in the future as I grow my collection. I think this might be a two-player game, actually.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I love this like calm Japanese voice. I have no idea what they're saying. I assume it's narrating us a story. So cool. I love the way this looks. I will definitely not get far in this game. Oh. Hey, can't I continue? I guess not. This looks so cool.
Yeah, Treasure is great. I've only played Mischief Makers and a little bit of Gunstar Heroes, but like from what I've seen of their other games, it's a lot of like you know, what's good about those games. It's like a lot of games where it's fuck.
This one also has kind of weird discordant music that reminds me of Mischief Makers.
Yeah, yeah. I can't hear the music too well. It's kind of quiet.
How's it sounding to you guys? Should I turn up the game a little bit? R.I.P. Treasure. You should look into Mars Matrix, eh? Is that also a treasure game? The game's quiet? Alright, let me turn it up. Hey. All right. What's up, buddy? Oh, I can't get out of here right now, but I'm kind of stuck in here.
Oscar.
How does that sound? No, sweetheart, I can't. I'm sorry, bud. Can I just blow you a
I
kiss?
can't see the game, dude.
Alright, I'm gonna blow you a kiss from here. Ready?
I can't see the game. That's
Sweetheart, I cannot get out of here right now. No, buddy, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'll be right back.
This is so hard.
I know, this game looks really hard. Okay. Well, hopefully that volume adjustment I did before my son blew through worked out for you guys. How's the volume of the game sound?
I can hear the music now.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I just have a young child in the house. And she really wanted me to give him a hug, and nothing else would do. But the hug has been given, and everything's fine. And I took care of him. Why must I say that like a gangster in a Bugs Bunny cartoon? I don't know. He's fine. I literally took care of him because he's my child.
Yeah, even with couch lock.
Yeah, even with couch lock, everything worked out. This looks so sick. Like, when I'm not playing it, I can really appreciate the majesty of it.
Yeah. When I'm playing alone, it's also like a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah? Maybe they throw fewer enemies at you?
No, nothing like that. It's just like, I don't have to like worry about my own like territory, because if I'm where you are, then I won't be able to see, or I won't know who I am.
Right.
Yeah, like playing Cuphead with two people is even more of a clusterfuck than this. It's impossible. Right. It's impossible. And it's not fun anymore.
And I don't even want to play anymore. I'm just going to turn it off.
How dare you interrupt me while I'm on my stream?
Just saying that to my son. Who dares bother
me?
How
dare you? Do you even know whose stream this is? You're blocking me. I can't see the picture. I'll have you know. How many subscribers do we have? Like 4? I'll have you know, I have 4 subscribers on twitch.tv.
And they all love it.
They all salivate for more.
They're begging for it. Like water in the desert.
I also have a charity where I give people who live in the desert water. How dare you say you don't like me, or else you don't like people in the desert. This game's cool, but can we do something else?
Yes, we absolutely can. Cool. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I thought you might enjoy and then suffer a little bit. All right.
You disgrace!
All right. What should we do? Do we want to get to the Sonic?
Yeah. Sure.
Want to get to the Sonic of it all? It's we've been playing for like almost an hour. Let's do it. Oh my god, why is there so many bins?
There's lots of bins to put all the files in.
Yeah, lots of bins to put this game in.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago you having the exact same feelings about this game.
They are unchanged.
Unchanged.
I haven't played it since.
This is interesting. What did they do
Traveler's Tales?
on this game?
I don't know. They
What-
made the furries hot. I mean, that's what that logo suggests, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like maybe this was at the time where they had to outsource 3D stuff to like some other studio because nobody even knew how to do it.
So like this intro, perhaps?
Well, I just mean like everything, like all the 3D.
I mean, this is always true of Sonic, right? That they don't know how to do 3D and they just outsource it. Like this was animated by Tyson Hess, right? Apparently, this is completely different from the European version. Well, I don't know what version this is. This is cute.
I think it's you.
Is it me? All right. I'll start playing this, but I probably won't finish. This is unnecessary. Look at
Help! Yeah, like
No.
Tyson Hess is like one of those good Sonic fans where it's like the entirety of Sonic is on life support from fans.
Yes. If not for the talented Sonic fans, the entire enterprise would have collapsed a while ago. All right, here we go.
Yeah, like I was watching an interview with David Silverman, and he was saying that like the episode of The Simpsons where they like go 3D, that was done by DreamWorks. Like they didn't know how to do that, I guess.
This
they got
feels
DreamWorks
great.
to do it.
I love this. You can just do this. Great physics. Oh yeah, they animated it?
Yeah, well, DreamWorks was like PDI back then.
Right.
That's something I almost never think about. How DreamWorks was like its own studio before it was like purchased by DreamWorks, right? PDI was like their own studio, and DreamWorks is like a film company, right? That bought them.
Right, and then it became
DreamWorks
Animation.
PDI,
Oh,
and
right.
now it's just DreamWorks Animation.
What do we do there?
But yeah, I remember being in a department store and you being like, ew,
Yeah.
like saying it's ugly and saying like the 3D. I mean, I feel like you probably felt that way about a lot of 3D at the time and maybe even now.
Yeah, I mean, I am into this aesthetic now. For sure. Definitely cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think games that had like rendered 3D graphics in 2D were cool.
Yeah.
Like Donkey Kong Country looks awesome.
Yes, it's true.
But like Yoshi's Story, I always hated that compared to the first
awful.
Yoshi game.
Awful. I think, you know, my main problem playing this is that I find this very hard to play.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to climb this? How am I supposed to progress here? I get very disoriented in 3D environments, and this is like marble madness here. What do I do? I gotta get on this thing, right? Oh, did I just send that little birdie through?
Yeah.
So I gotta do that enough times that it opens up?
I remember playing this on the Genesis. Like, it looks different on this. Like, the frame rate looks better on this.
Yeah, no, this looks really good. Maybe that was it, you know? We were playing it on the Genesis where it didn't belong, but they were afraid that nobody had a Saturn, which was true.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost though. I don't quite understand what to do here. And oh, there we go. I'm sad to say that the little boosties are not impressive looking. They're not fast enough looking. So I gotta destroy more beasts and get their birds. Look, I'm not a Sonic player. I know that's obvious to anyone who plays Sonic what you need to do here.
I mean, in the other games, I feel like getting the birds does nothing. It's just like
yeah, you let them out at the end. Yeah, see, that doesn't look impressive enough to me.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, where's all that blast processing?
Yeah, exactly. I was promised blast. This is, I mean, it's this 3D. Sort of. I mean, this is not really 3D, is it?
I mean, it's kind of 3D because you can go, like, when you jump, you go, like, up in 3D space.
Do you?
I mean, it's a 2D game, but it uses like a fake 3D mechanic.
Right.
I mean,
I died before I could redeem my last two guys.
I mean, Crash Bandicoot is almost a 2D game because it's like you're on a track.
It's on a track, right? But it's a real 3D environment.
Yeah, you might be able to make that in 2D, but they didn't. They just made like side-scrolling Crash Bandicoot games, which were okay.
Let's try this one more time. Let's all watch me suck at Sonic a little bit more. That would just keep going, huh? I kind of stink at moving in 3D environments, I must admit.
Yeah, like, what about Populous? Would you say that's a 3D game? Because it's a 3D game in this sense.
It's true. It feels 3D, but it's not. I guess it's then a matter of whether the game convinces you it's 3D effectively.
Well, yeah, it's an illusion. It's an illusion, but also, like, every real 3D game is also an illusion. Kinda.
I mean, fair enough, right? You're just seeing a 2D image on the screen.
Yeah.
See, if I was any good at Sonic, I would remember to collect my rings before I'd go right back in there and finish the job.
This was definitely a big deal back then, though. Like, whenever you said anything on like the game's cover, like 3D or, you know, realistic colors or whatever, you know, anything like that, need to be in the game. They need to be technically telling the truth.
Right. two more. Yeah, I suppose I suppose it warrants that.
They're allowed to, so they do it.
Yeah, it's fine. Oops. Oh, I didn't lose rings for it.
I'm sure Mario RPG said 3D on it.
Oh,
right?
definitely. And again, they're allowed. Agreed. All right. There's one more out there, or is that just a Sonic?
But Sonic's had a much harder time with 3D games than Mario.
Yeah. I mean, I remember thinking Sonic Adventure looked cool. Oh, my bird.
Yeah, I mean, the first Sonic Adventure was pretty cool, but like, how much did you actually play it?
I played it a decent amount, although I never beat it.
Yeah.
I lost interest. Yeah, these games are just like, I don't know. It's not my vibe, you know? It's like some people like the Beatles, some people like the Stones, right? Is that a fair comparison to Sonic and Mario?
Maybe. I feel like they're a little more different than Coke and Pepsi. It's not really the same.
I mean, they look like Coke and Pepsi.
They do.
Didn't Sonic have a Pepsi tie-in at some point? I think they
Probably.
did.
I wouldn't be shocked.
All right, where's that last little Boyd? Where's that Boydie?
Yeah, like this is not a good objective for a Sonic game. Looking around for something. You should be going from A to B. You should be running.
Yeah, gotta go. Gotta blast, right? Right? That's Sonic.
That's
Oh,
Jimmy
there it is.
Neutron.
But yeah, like exactly. This is fetch quests.
Yeah, you're
What
just
is it,
like
rare
gathering.
game?
I mean, if Rare made this, it'd be more fun.
Yeah. Wouldn't it just? I do think it looks good though. And I agree
cool.
there is something experimental and interesting about it.
Yeah. Well, they had like a 3D Sonic prototype for the Saturn that
yeah?
never got made into a game.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, I think you could go in there now.
all right, I lost all my rings. There we go. If I died there, which I'm probably about to do.
Yeah. But yeah, like Sonic Adventure, they were making that in the era where games were all cinematic, which yeah, we wanted to talk about how games became more cinematic.
Sure.
And they were ruined.
Yes.
Because now they're just like movies. You know, you were talking about Naughty Dog still makes games, and I feel like they do games like that now. They do like cinematic games.
Yeah, did they do? Are they The Last of Us? Is that Naughty Dog?
That might be Naughty Dog. Yeah, I don't know. I've never played any of those.
Naughty Dog. A random ass Joss Whedon ass name for a studio.
Naughty Dog.
Dog. Yeah, like just like Sonic walking down a lane. Like, give me a reason to go fast. I know that, like, the character. Oh, I see. I guess I was supposed to go this way and get all those rings in a cool way. Oh, I see. Yes, the physics work, but does it look cool? I'm not so sure. It kind of looks slow, guys. I don't know why I'm being. It's enough. I don't know why I'm being hard on this game. I know I am. Guys, I don't think the game sucks. I really don't. The fact that I'm bad at the game has no bearing on the. Why did I even think I could do that? And I've got no rings. Oh no. I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm playing a game of Marble Madness, but like everything's got a face. Is there gonna be another ring redemption zone. We have to go all the way back to that first one.
What if the marble from Marvel Madness was furry and hot?
Yeah, I feel like the marble from Marble Madness is not doing enough for me and my penis.
Can we give Crash Bandicoot a sister and make her hot and have her like yell at him? Yes.
Yes! That's good stuff.
Can you have her say, make yourself useful?
Can she actually be his stepsister?
Make yourself useful, stepbrother, and go get me another battery. Why are you grabbing my ass?
She comes into his room. Yeah, the hot sister genre has changed, but these video games are timeless. Ah!
No, you're going backwards.
I know. Oh, right. I gotta. This didn't even like finish the level. It just took me farther into the level. I've got one ring. It's my name. And like, there's only one animal. Like, there should be more than enough animals for me to clear this. Instead, I'm looking around for the animal forever.
Yeah, this game, I was also ready to be more lenient with this game, but this is annoying. This is bad.
Yeah, I'm not just bad at this game. There's more to it than that.
Yeah, I feel like a modern game would not fix this though. They would just add like an arrow or like an annoying beeping, like in Sonic Adventure 2, that annoying beeping that tells you where the thing is.
It beeps?
Yeah. Remember we were playing it. You were screaming.
I was screaming about it.
It was like beep, 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 and you're like, I remember this.
Oh my god, yeah, I didn't remember how awful it was. I just remember playing it on a boy's bed.
Yeah, there was a boy, and he played it on a bed, and you were there, and you watched.
And I watched.
And that beeping just brought that back.
Yeah, exactly. The traumatic memory of sitting in a boy's dorm room.
Come on, man, you'll like this game. It's got Sonic in it.
Oh, Tails. Huh, what did that do? It was just Tails.
It's just a single static image of Tails doing nothing.
Doing nothing!
So that like, the one guy who would be extremely mad if Tails wasn't in this game could be like, Tails, he's right there!
It kind of seems like that's what we just got, right?
Yeah, like a really pathetic shout out to Tails fans.
Yeah. Are you guys happy? Are the Tails fans in the room cheering for that?
We could get.
Like, we'll take anything. What else? Whatever you got, we'll take.
Yeah.
They're just covered in dirt.
I mean, Sonic fans are also like that. They'll take anything, no matter how shitty. Like, you know, you'll look back on this game and think, this bad Sonic game was good compared to the bad Sonic games they make now.
Right, exactly.
At least this was trying something new and all that.
They settle into acceptance after a while, just like Star Wars fans.
Yeah, and Star Fox fans.
This better be the ultimate fucking orgasm when I beat this.
It's like you get to see that Tails picture again.
Here, why don't you have a go?
Yeah.
I'll read the chat, see what people thought.
What are people saying about me?
Oh, Tails took my rings? He did? It kind of seemed like he did.
No, he's just like Hampton in the Tiny Toons game when you come into the Hampton room and he's like, go get more carrots after taking all of them.
It's just like Hampton. Is this your king? Origins, Sonic Origins.
This is deliciously nostalgic.
Oh yeah, no, it is like, it is very pleasant to move him around. I wish there was a more fun place to move him.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to get that, and like it's kind of easy in a real Sonic game.
Oh right, you can roll at them. I just kept jumping at everybody.
Yeah, I'm just hitting B to do that.
All right, that does make it a bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, Sega games have like 3 buttons, don't they? So like, there's only a few things you can.
Yes.
You can jump or roll.
Right.
Like 2 of the buttons do the same thing.
Yeah, the music's fun. Why does the level transition remind me of that coming soon to DVD thing? Yeah, no, I mean, this is a DVD-ass aesthetic.
Oh,
right?
of your favorites.
Yeah.
DVD. Coming soon, direct to video.
How are you supposed to get that?
Sonic 3D Blast, an all-new adventure featuring your favorite blue hedgehog. It's like, why is this direct to DVD? Why is this direct to video? Oh well, it doesn't matter. And then you play it, and it's like, oh. It's like you get a big box of O's, and you're like, oh.
Oh yeah, not an exclamation point at the end of that.
Oh, period.
Yeah. But you're like, well, it's probably good. I bet in Japan it got a theatrical release. No. In Japan it was direct to video too. But that means something different in Japan. Things that are released to video are actually good.
That's true. That used to mean good.
Yeah, Sonic OVA, that would be quality, right?
Oh yeah, like wasn't there a game for this? I don't know if it was a Sega Saturn or Sega CD. There's a game with Sonic. It had like a whole anime opening because it was like on a disc.
That is probably for Sega CD, Sega Saturn or Sega CD, because a lot of these Saturn games I'm finding have extremely elaborate opening cutscenes. Which, you know, they could finally do that, so they did it. And you know, it's like very high compression video, but it still looks awesome. Seeing like a 90s game, like a mid 90s game having that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sonic CD, the chat says.
Coming soon to Sonic CD.
Was there a Sonic CD-ROM?
Oh my God, was there?
That's next. We gotta play some CD-ROMs. I think RetroArch actually lets you play CD-ROMs.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We got. Let's do. Can we do Scorched Earth on this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've done Scorched Earth before. That's not a CD-ROM. It's Knuckles. He's standing.
Wow, it's Knuckles.
He took your rings.
No.
What is that, to save him in a bank? But then you have no rings. Then you can die.
I think they just made Knuckles and wanted something to do with him. It's like made up a feature just to justify using the 3D models they spent time on.
Yep. There's so few models, and they don't do anything except Sonic.
Yeah, well, Knuckles does the same thing as Tails. Great.
Yeah, okay. Like, you guys are dining on scraps. You know that, right? You know that.
They know. Sonic fans know. I mean, when they bought the Sega Saturn, they were probably really pissed.
Oh my God. I mean, the thing is, the Sega Saturn is awesome. This is not. But I've been having a lot of fun exploring the games on the Saturn. So far, so good.
Where'd the bird go?
Fall into the river. I bet the monster just like respawns if you lose it. Or the game is just unwinnable.
Yeah.
You gotta get that bird. It flew away.
That sound means it got him, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's following me.
Yeah, that like Dr. Mario-ass sound. Oh, excuse me. I am flying out first thing in the morning to an adventure game show in lovely Seattle. No, I'm sorry, not Seattle. Tacoma, Washington.
Uh-huh.
Right? Just as good, right? They share an airport, just as good. Lots to do in beautiful downtown Tacoma. There are at least 5 places for me to go in walking distance from my hotel, including the aforementioned Adventure Game Fair Fanfare, which is the first. It's the first time they've done a show like this in America. There've been adventure game shows in the UK and probably in Germany. They love adventure games there. And you know, maybe in Australia and probably in a lot of countries where they don't easily speak English. I don't know about any of that. But anyway, there has never been an American adventure game show. This is the first one, and I'm going to be there all weekend. I'm going to be showing off Perfect Tides, the new game, as well as the original, and just like meeting a lot of the people who make the same genre of games as me. I'm very excited. It's no, nobody has made a Sonic 3D Blonic joke yet. No, go right ahead. The stage is yours. I'm sure there's an excellent one waiting to pop out of a hole, just like that thing you just killed. Yeah. So I can't wait to come back with a report of the Adventure Game Fanfare.
We gotta help Meredith get to Washington. I endorse her and go to Washington. You gotta go all the way. You know, like wrong button. We're going to Tacoma, yeah. Just like President Dean said.
Well, Joe, I think it's time for you to take a little nap and just leave everything to me. I'll take it from here. The American people love me, and they're gonna love hearing my voice for the next 100 days and beyond. Isn't that right, America? I've woken from my nap. And I'm coming to your town to be crowned in the coronation.
Yeah, and she's gonna have the N-word pass. I got it from Obama, and now I get to give it to her. She can say it once per State of the Union. That's how it works.
No, I don't think that's true. What does Kamala's laugh sound like? Is it haunting? I'm not quite sure I've heard it yet. Not in earnest. You know, there of course there's the laugh that she gives when she's hobnobbing. I love being happy.
Oh god, I'm so fucked. This stupid bird!
So stupid. Look at this game.
Okay, I got it.
Look what it's making you do.
Yeah, like this game, and you know, I guess I've had the same complaint about better Sonic games, but like Sonic games make you wait. They like he gets impatient with me. I'm impatient with him. Like you're running, and then you hit a wall and you have to like do something else.
Well, then that takes away from the perfect unity that you should feel with Sonic.
Yeah, like I don't feel free. You're supposed to be free when you play his games.
Yeah. You're fast and free. Like, you never, when you're playing Mario, you never for a second feel like you and Mario are two separate entities disagreeing with one another. I
drop all of my birds every time I get hit.
So annoying.
And that red one won't stop bouncing.
This doesn't satisfy enough.
No.
It should feel so damn good to redeem those birds.
Yeah, no. It feels like shit because you have to go back, see, you say like, oh, I missed one, and then find the one you missed, and then catch it, and then get hit a few times, catch it again, and then you bring it back and it's like, now you may go. It's not like, you know, like, yeah, like when you play a game, it should be really satisfying. Come on!
I mean, I think the thing that annoyed me about it from the beginning, that still annoys me, the game is not tactile. It feels like sliding around on the cleanest, most waxed tile there ever was. Like, not tactile, waxed tile. That's the opposite. You should feel the texture of the game. You should feel the feet of Sonic hitting the ground.
Yeah.
It's just sliding around. Yeah, every level's an ice level, exactly.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Oh, great. More green grove. So I can't even hear. Oh, it's the boss.
Oh, finally.
Right, so.
Robotnik is going to take your rings and, and say hi.
Loading.
Look how the shadows on both sides of it. All right, so what's the infamous Sonic PS4 game? Is that something?
Sonic PS4 game?
No, it's not Sonic PS4.
Are you talking about Sonic 06?
Yeah.
It's just called Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's okay. I see. They have to assign a year to it because it's infamous for how little anybody likes it, right?
They assign a year to it because otherwise it would just be called Sonic the Hedgehog, which is
like the
name of
game.
another game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that tracks. Like in 2006, that's what you did, right? You like after titling your franchise, not with numbers but with titles for years, then you would just call one the original name again.
Yeah. Like how the Super Mario Brothers movie is just called Super Mario Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Or is it called the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No, it's not. It's called Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
To be sure. Just destroys the searchability of the original when they just title it the same shit. It was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3, Sonic 06.
And it's such a bad game. I mean, we should probably play it if we can play it on this, or if we can play it on like your PS3.
I guess we'd have to. So I read a novel length essay by Liz Ryerson, who wrote about just like a lot of things with the culture and nostalgia and the way the internet has evolved. And one of the things that she talked a lot about in length was the very, very early Let's Plays which you probably know where those originated.
Yeah.
Like on Something Awful.
From what I've heard, Chris Chad did the first Let's Play.
Really? All right. Well, that is a conflicting account then. We'll have to dig deeper into the truth here.
I do remember the early Let's Plays on Something Awful.
Yeah. So that was where this, this person got into it, and where I imagine a lot of it came from. In particular, a video where they played Sonic 06.
Oh, okay.
And suffered through that game. Which, like, I do not understand how anybody could get to the end of it. Like, listening to this vivid description of the game, it sounds like it is, like, basically unplayable.
Yeah. I've watched people play it a little, but, like, I can't sit through watching someone play that.
No. Oh, I love this shit. This music right here. Pure fucking moods.
Yeah, I love pure moods in games.
Yeah, aesthetically, I actually think this game is perfect.
I think it's cool looking. I just hate the controls.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just does not play as well as it should. And the level designs make no fucking sense for the character that you're playing.
Yeah, it's like kind of punishing to be this character with these controls and these levels.
Exactly. You should be a little wizard.
And what's this? Can anyone tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do to get all of the one-ups are too high to get?
What is it? Is it like a P-switch where you got to get a better jump? No, go back and get your birds.
Ugh, stupid
There's
bird.
another bird. You passed your bird.
Tweet. Oh my god.
Oh, this song's awesome. Oh.
This is Populous.
Yeah, it's like sexy Populous.
This is so hard to know where anything is.
Yeah, that's the real issue. I feel like Marble Madness is easier to navigate than this.
Like, I need to kill this dumb bee.
You're just jumping around trying to kill a bee for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little flip into the ring should be very satisfying.
Yeah, I'm actually just fucking shocked that it let me in.
Yeah. That's cool, that rock loop.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Very cinematic.
Yeah, just not very playable.
Yeah, I mean, like... Yeah, like, maybe that was the problem, where, like, Sonic games always had this issue, but, like, as soon as they stopped looking cool, that's when we couldn't buy them anymore. Sonic 06, do you know what it looks like?
No.
It's like the NPCs are realistic humans, like photorealistic. Like they look like they were taking off of like Turbo Squid, or like a website where you could buy 3D models that aren't for anything.
Yeah.
In particular.
Oh my god, that
and
sucks.
It sucks so much. It's like an NPC is like, help me collect the things,
No!
and then it gives you a loading screen, and then it's like, all right, get ready to start the mission, and then it gives you a loading screen, and then the mission starts.
The loading screen.
And every loading screen is way too long.
Oh my
even
God.
for like a PlayStation 3 game. It's like,
wow.
it like that alone is one of the big reasons why it's unplayable.
So Gabby suggests
traps.
that you need the little critters to jump with you, and then you can get the one up. Which, like, fuck that. It's like the ruins of Pompeii or some shit like that.
It's like the ruins of Radio Shack. Yeah, Radio Shack was another, that's another electronic store that's gone. They were the same company as the Incredible Universe. Maybe, was that where we were playing this?
At Radio Shack? Did
no,
they have
the Incredible Universe.
Maybe. What year did this come out?
I think it's in 95.
We might have been at the Incredible Universe.
Oh yeah, it still existed. So like, yeah, it's not like if it existed and we knew about it existing, we'd go anywhere else, right?
I mean, I vaguely, like, you know, it all blurs together, but I vaguely remember like playing this game around the same time that I was, you know, test running the Virtual Boy.
Ah, yeah, that was also 1995.
So this is a very confused time for the, you know, the players in the console wars.
Yeah. Yeah, the PlayStation, which we were just playing, was the real winner at this time.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot is like, it came out like a year before Mario 64, so they got their foot in the door.
Yeah. The Sonic Killer. Crash Bandicoot, good game, and before either of these fuckers had another console out, well, way before Sega had another console out, and then a year later, Final Fantasy VII. Can't beat it. But it's fun to go back and look at the potential that these consoles had. I mean, I think Saturn's awesome. Like, I think Saturn was doing things that the PlayStation was doing, like, years in advance.
Yeah.
But people weren't ready for it, and the way they released these consoles was a disaster. They released this and I think the 32X basically around the same time.
Right.
So nobody knew which one they were supposed to buy. I mean, that was in North America, but yeah, it was like it just did not work at all. I remember being confused by that. Why are there two expensive Sega consoles? They certainly wouldn't have been able to make a clear argument to our parents to get us either one of them.
Yeah, like how do you explain to your parents that if you get Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn, it'll have a higher frame rate and like better resolution?
Yeah, it'll look better, Mom
but it's
and Dad.
the same games, Dad said.
It's the same game.
Dad says.
Oh yeah, and Dad's right, and you will never convince Dad that it isn't the same game.
Yeah, it's like, well, I don't know. There was that channel, My Retro Life, where the dad got so mad that the 32X looked worse, or like the 32X did not look any better than the Genesis to him.
The Genesis? No, the 32X looked pretty cool.
Forget what he was complaining about exactly. I think it was the audio.
Oh, well that, I don't know. I don't have a dog in that fight. I think the audio on this is great.
I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
To hell.
Oh, wait. I think I can break that.
Ah. You gotta go back and get the bird.
Go back and get the bird.
It's fucking annoying.
It's like a commercial in the 90s, right? It's like there's like a kid in school, or there's always like a boy and a girl both bored, and then there's a teacher that like is like, it's like a fisheye lens, and it's like, go back and get the bird. It's like, man, I hate Sega games. I wish that. And then, you know, while they're talking, Crash Bandicoot like pulls up in a white limo. It's like.
And if you die too many times, you get the mask. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Crash was there to rescue these suffering kids playing these shitty Sega games.
These suffering kids at the hands of these no-nonsense adults, which that used to be Sonic saving those kids. And
That's right.
Now it's just like, you have to save the bird.
Yeah, within a few years, Sonic was no longer cool.
Well, yeah, nobody, like I've talked before about like consoles and games that are just must have for those consoles. Like Nintendo somehow keeps it up.
Yeah.
They have, you know, new Mario games and people must have them. But
Yeah.
this is not a must have Sonic game. There's no must have on this console.
No.
Nor was there on the, I mean, I guess the Dreamcast has Sonic Adventure, but.
Is that, would you call that a must have?
I mean, I guess
It was an improvement.
Yeah. I mean, it is more so than this. This is not. There's no must about this.
Must turn it off.
All right. Now I need to go back again.
And get the spinny.
Get the spinny. No! I died and it turned red.
Yep, you went to fucking hell.
Usually in Sonic games, when the screen transitions to black, it turns everything, it like tints everything blue. Why did it make everything red?
To show you how
Blood.
dead it is. Yeah, blood.
Rusty Ruin, Act 1. Fun for the whole family.
You guys lost it. You guys have lost it.
Yeah, like, actually, this was at the time where Disney was putting those videos out.
Yeah.
Right? Like 1995.
Yeah.
When did they come out with Return of Jafar? Probably 95.
It was probably around this time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You're right. When the direct-to-video Disney sequels really started with Return of Jafar. Right? Was that the first? That was the first.
That was the first one. And then they made one of every single movie.
It hasn't stopped.
They stopped at some point, right?
Well, they stopped making them direct-to-video. They started putting them in theaters.
Well, yeah, I mean, they didn't do like theatrical sequels. They just do like theatrical remakes now.
Right. Live action.
Although now they're doing a sequel to their remakes. They're doing a Mufasa spin-off.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh my
just
God.
called Mufasa.
How are people going to these movies?
I don't know.
Are they automatons?
They probably are bots going to these movies, because I don't know a single human being.
I've never met anyone who went to the theater to see The Lion King.
No, and that was the highest grossing movie of all time, the remake. Or like the highest grossing animated, whatever.
The original Lion King?
In 1994, that was like the highest grossing,
Yeah.
but I was talking about in 2018.
Right, the remake.
That was the high, that grossed even more.
Yeah. I guess it's just like, how many people have seen The Lion King on Broadway? Like all of them plus a decent amount of people who remember. That's millions of people right there. Plus an international market that didn't really exist for these movies in the 90s.
No! I have to go back. There's so much going back.
I've never seen it on Broadway. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great. It's been around for what, 25 years? No, it's more than that at this point.
Yeah, like now I have to go slow. No!
There's no way I'd ever see The Lion King on Broadway, though. I would have to get free tickets, right? If somebody gave you free tickets, you'd go, right?
Yeah, maybe. If somebody gave me free tickets, I might go.
I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm in New York. I'll see The Lion King on Broadway. I'm not seeing it in Philly.
You sneak out and you sneak into Fiddler on the Roof.
I don't even know what's on Broadway. I'm out of the loop. In Philly, it's all just old shows that New York doesn't care about anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tails.
Yeah, I did all of that just to see Tails.
So he can be like, 3 rings? How embarrassing.
All right, that was pointless.
Yeah. Cool, you went back to the beginning. Right, that's what Tails tells you, that the level's over and that you didn't get enough of the birds.
Yeah, and like, did I lose some of the birds, like just like getting hit by enemies that I have to like do backtracking to find again? All right, there's this.
Oh, right, Beetlejuice is on Broadway. So the only thing I know about Beetlejuice, you know when you like show up to the movies too early and they make you regret it because you sit there and just watch like the commercials that are worse than the pre-commercials on repeat. And I showed up, I don't know why I was there so early. It might have been I don't know what I was there for. I don't remember. It might have been Barbie. It's so embarrassing. Shut up early for Barbie and watch bad commercials before it. Well, anyway.
You showed up early to a commercial to watch commercials.
Yeah, I don't know why. I do not know why. I always try to show up late to movies for this reason, but for some reason I was there early. They show a commercial for Beetlejuice. And I'm pretty sure I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching like probably 5 times. The first time I see the Beetlejuice commercial for the musical, I'm like, they didn't get the real music for this commercial. It sounded like Beetlejuice music. It's like, but it's like none of the songs from Beetlejuice. It's just like some fake ass Danny Elfman. And the first time I heard that, it was funny. Like, geez, they didn't even get the real music. The 5th time I heard it, it was not funny anymore.
Yeah.
It was very, very bad. It was quite serious. That's all I know of Beetlejuice. I'm gonna guess. All right, there's a movie too. I'm gonna guess that all the Beetlejuice stuff, just like the cartoon, entices you with a fun intro, with a really nice looking intro. It's the biggest bait and switch in history. You actually watch that thing and it's hell. It makes you scream at how bad it looks. It's so bad looking, it's scary.
Yeah, it entices you with like a hot ghost boyfriend, and then you find out he's a huge slob.
Oh my god, yes. The Beetle Switch and Juice. The Beat and Switchel Juice.
You agreed to go on a date with Beetlejuice because you thought he was the little black dwarf guy with a tiny head.
Oh yeah, I know. You're like I think I can fuck this guy, and then it's Beetlejuice.
Hey babe. Hey babe, I made spaghetti again.
Right. He just ends up being that like older ugly guy that you date when you're too young to recognize what a loser he is. Beetlejuice is quite real, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been that guy.
Well, don't worry. They made a new movie of you.
Okay, I'm done with this.
They've trucked you out again for a new movie. What should we play?
I don't know.
Not this.
What else is there?
What else is there?
Yeah, so President Joe Biden dropped out of the race.
So I've heard. And he's endorsed Kamala Harris to replace him.
I just want to say I'm fully endorsing corn pop for president.
That's right. Let's make an all cereal mascot.
Hey, but man, why would you even want Apple Jacks? They don't even taste like apples, Jack.
We just do.
We gotta defeat Tony the Tiger. He's gonna make this country great. we tried shooting him, but it didn't work out, man. So we're gonna have to the plan B. We're gonna have to use democracy again.
But Joe, what is democratic about just designating somebody as the new nominee without the electoral process to choose them?
Well, there's top Democrats who come up with this stuff, man. It's all very top, and you don't look like a top Democrat to me. You know, some Democrats are more democratic than others. You know how it works. You knew the thing. You knew that.
All I can say is that I'm really gonna miss Joe. Quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm still gonna crash here every once in a while. Don't worry. They're still gonna trot me out for the next 6 months to support Kamala.
That's true. We're gonna get plenty more Joe. He can handle that. I mean, honestly, it's probably a humanitarian move to not force Joe to campaign for the next 100 days.
Yeah, I mean, he also shouldn't be president.
No, he shouldn't be president, but since there's nothing we can do about that.
Since there's literally no one else who could be president.
There's no one else. I mean, I'm sure the party thought long and hard about this one. There actually isn't anybody else.
What happened?
I think you're forgetting someone. I'm right here. Oh, she looked so sad.
Yeah, we're going to get Kamala, and
it's what you get. It's like when you go to the car dealership and you get the color they have.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think you were gonna like be able to pick? This is the car you get.
Yeah, like you open your box of O's and it's fucking empty. What did you expect? They're called O's. You say O.
Oh.
Did you see how truly shitty everything is?
Yeah. That ain't the O's I remember.
We're making democracy more democratic. We're gonna make America look, here's the deal.
I missed the entire week. So when was Trump shot? On the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I came back from camping in the dirt, and I showered at my in-laws' house, and they took my son for the night so I could go out to dinner. And while we were out at dinner in Halifax, Mike was like looking at his phone, and he was like, "So today Trump got shot." And that was my one, that was my access to that information. And then same thing happened on the way home. I was like driving the van home. I was like driving through Maine, and Mike was like, so apparently Joe dropped out. And that was all the news I've gotten. So like every, like what you think is the news when you're just when you're just at home going about your life is actually the news plus everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that. I didn't get a single opinion. Just the news.
Yeah.
And when and now that I'm home, when I talk to people about what's going on, oopsie.
Can you reset the game?
Oh.
I don't want to play like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Whenever I talk to anybody about what's been going on, it's like they're all briefed on every opinion. Yeah. I don't know anything they're talking about. It's like a different language.
Yeah. Briefed on every opinion. Every possible opinion has been discovered since you were away.
Right. Like when someone tells you about the news, they don't just tell you about the news, they tell you about what everyone thinks.
Yeah, people's feeling. Well, because the news would just end if we did that. We wouldn't have things to continuously talk about for the rest of the week or month or year.
Right, like, it would just be like, this concludes the news.
And that's the news used to end every day back in the fucking day.
Right, you'd watch the news and then...
But now, it's like, that's everything. It's like, here comes a new challenger. It's like the most idiotic opinion yet.
Endless mode.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. Like, the news, like, the TV used to end. Like, it used to be like, this concludes our program, our broadcast.
Yeah.
And then the broadcast would end and there would be nothing on TV. And you would turn it off.
Yeah, the TV would end. It would have like, it wouldn't even have like music, right? It would just have static.
Oh, I didn't choose a different color.
I don't know if you can change that. Like, I don't know how to choose a different color. It's like, it doesn't, like, changing a different color doesn't reflect on this.
Oh, gotcha. Totally
I think it
different
works. It doesn't reflect on the character.
Oh, so this is like arcade mode?
Yeah, it's like free mode.
I love this song. This is the one I associate with Pocket Fighter most strongly.
Uh-huh. Well, this is the one that was like default. See, like we didn't pick a stage.
Yeah.
Damn it. Why is
I
this
like
not
it
working?
though. I like all the stupid little cameos in the background. Like that Balrog just doing a little dance with his hands. Super funny. Fanny. I love cameos. I love Cammy.
I'm on Cameo.
Cameo. Did you hear Cammy's on Cameo? And look, it's freaking Guile over there.
They have Guile talking to Guy. It's pretty funny if you know the names.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm just taunting you.
It's like, I didn't know about Darkstalkers before playing this game.
No, me neither.
But like, to me, this is what Felicio's design was. Like,
oh yeah,
the chibi one.
Oh yeah, no, she has to be. She has to be there. That's right.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
Oh my God, you creamed me. Oh, I guess we could play Tomba on here if we wanted.
Yeah. Let's get some Tomba.
All right, we might have to do 2 weeks of emulation because this is really fun.
Yeah. No, there's so much that we couldn't play before that probably gonna want to do now.
It's also the summertime. Playing on the first floor, a lot more comfortable.
It is
than
very
playing on
hot up there,
Yeah.
and like even with 2 ACs running,
Yeah.
it's like I'm like dead by the end of every show.
Yeah. Our Mario quest will just have to wait.
We could play Mario on this,
It's true, but how would we?
but there
get our
might be
save?
lag.
Yeah, there won't be a lag. It's true. This is a lot.
There's lag on this, although you know we're both experiencing it, so it's fair.
Right. It's very minor though. I feel like I can play all these games.
He turns into a caveman for
I
2
know.
seconds.
I know. It's like really good chibi art.
Yeah, I love the art in this game. It's great.
It's some of the best use of hammer space.
Horse space.
Horse space, yes. We should get back into updating TV tropes with all of the places that hammer space exists.
But there's just too many examples. Isn't that just like exhausting?
It's true, but TV trope that never stopped them. Having too many examples was just treasure for them. It's like one of those little treasure boxes opening up with all those jewels inside.
I've been watching treasure hunting videos.
Uh-huh.
There's like a guy who like just does like beach combing.
Uh-huh.
We ain't found shit.
Oh my God.
It's fun. Like sometimes they find just like garbage, but other times they find actual like gold and rings and shit. It's cool.
That was always like a dreamy idea for me, like getting one of those like metal detectors.
I want to do that now. Like that would be the best kind of YouTuber for me to be. It's like easy and fun. And even
Yeah.
if you don't find any treasure, you still like have a video and people want to see.
So is the video like a GoPro of your of like a POV of your gold finder? That's fun. Yeah, you should do it.
When I'm old
I mean,
or now.
yeah, why wait? Why wait? You've got, well, yeah, I suppose beachcombing is a good pastime for people whose exercise is walking, right?
Well, yeah, I was thinking like I would probably just like I kind of like just being at the beach, and I could just like walk around the beach that way, you know,
Yeah.
get a suntan
Yeah.
while just standing around on the beach for 3 hours.
Do people talk to the beachcombers?
Yeah, there was like another guy who was also looking for treasure, and they were hanging out.
Ah.
And then there was some girl who lost her ring, and the guy helped her find it.
Oh, wow, a girl, you say?
Yep.
It sounds like this treasure hunting business really pays off.
Yeah, I guess so.
But of course, you know, it was her engagement ring, and she's engaged to the guy who kicked sand in his face like 15 seconds later.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to be a dick, you could have just like turned it off and be like, I can't find it, and then when they leave, inevitably, like after 8 hours,
After 8 hours looking for her engagement ring,
You steal
completely
it.
irreplaceable, worth $15,000. Oh, after this, if you want, we could play some Virtua Fighter.
sure. Oh yeah, and when you were gone, the president was shot.
Yeah, Trump was shot. It's like, I can't believe that.
I've been calling him the president throughout this entire thing. Like the
Well-
president was shot.
Because, well, you're right. He's not the president. You're right. He's not the president. Okay, so I did see today, and look, I now I know that apparently everybody was either, you know, making or feeling completely forbidden from making jokes about how the guy shouldn't have missed, right? But I've seen like this week, you know, the Secret Service director resigned.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, it's a politicized issue, whether the Secret Service is doing a good job or not.
Yeah.
But like clearly they're not. He got shot.
Yeah, they got him. He barely survived that.
Yeah, no, he's a few inches from death, and the Secret Service director, when she resigned, she was like, "This incident doesn't define us," and I was just like, "What is your job other than making sure the president doesn't get shot? Like that's number one job, right?"
Yeah, that's what you do. That's the description of your work.
Yeah. And then I saw that like another article in the news in the same paper was like the Secret Service saying that the president I'm calling him the president too. He's not the president. But
I'm the president. I got shot and now I'm the president again.
But like the Secret Service was suggesting that Trump doesn't do any more outdoor events, which is like, what are you not going to do your job at all now? You're just giving up? Ah. I was very much not feeling their pathetic excuses. It's kind of insane how close that guy came to shooting Trump. Like,
yeah.
He did shoot him.
Yeah.
To killing him. Suddenly, all of our jokes about Trump would be very serious. No, we'd be like, apparently I'm dead, not alive, no longer living, very dead.
But he'd still be president. Yeah. I'm a dead president. I'm worth even more.
Oh, I forgot who I was.
Morgan is the hottest character in Pocket Fighter.
I mean, by far. Oh, I guess
Everyone
I'm being
wants
her
to
again.
be Morgan.
Something forced my hand, and I'm being Morgan again.
Now you get to choose the stage.
They shot me. Now I'm dead. I do remember remember PSM, the unofficial PlayStation magazine.
Uh-huh.
I started getting that right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I want to say issue 2 was a really hot drawing of Morgan with like her tits basically falling out.
Uh-huh.
You know, and Mom delivers it to me. You know, she gets the mail and she brings it to me and she's like, "What is this buxom thing?"
And my answer is, I don't know who she is.
Yeah, exactly, Mom. I don't know. I can't tell you. She's
I'm going to pause and look at it for hours.
Yeah, I'm not sure who she is, but let's get a replay on that, please. Oh, frame by frame.
Morgan is especially hot when she dies.
I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true.
Uh-oh.
I'll take that. Thanks. Morgan is like she's like Nurse Ratchet with the wheelchair.
How do you grab?
And the giant needle. Mutant Astronaut's doing a great textual Trump impression that I can't really do justice, but I'm enjoying.
I just see all caps from over here.
Yeah, I did love PSF. I did everything right and they shot me. Oh, Chat's on fire. Oh my god. I forgot that you were Sienko doing adorable little things to kick my ass.
Yeah, and after the shooting, I was like, oh great, we're gonna get a video of Joe, aren't we? And we got a very incoherent Joe Biden talking about the shooting.
Oh my god.
He's like, we can't have violence in this country, man. we gotta bring the fight to the battle box.
The battle box? Wait, he said that?
Yes, he said that.
What?
He said battle box instead of ballot box.
No!
And he called him former Trump. We're gonna bring back former Trump now because
former Trump is as if they got him.
He's bringing back battle bots. Remember we can't be shooting each other, man.
All I saw was he did so terrible at the debate, and then he was in an interview, and the interviewer was asking him to comment on his bad performance, and he was just like, how about a what? Yeah, I'm working on my Kamala impression. I'm gonna need to work on this. I really, I gotta admit, I have
black it up a bit.
What was that?
You're gonna have to black it up a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know, Barack, but it's just, I've only just started listening to Kamala like a few days ago, because before that, she was basically, you know, she was doing Veep jobs. She was going to the ice cream parlor and taking pictures.
Yeah, and now you're getting nervous thinking that the next 4 years you're gonna have to be doing Kamala's voice like I've been doing Joe Biden.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to be doing her alcoholic vocal fry.
It's like you're becoming president, and
yeah.
I'm giving it to you.
All this time. No.
I'm appointing Meredith as the new president. That's how it works.
I hope I'm up for the job. I hope I can earn your nomination.
You could always just throw me out of the mountain lair and become president the old-fashioned way. We got these drawings of Tessa when she's like mad. And it's like realistic. It's like dramatic with dark lighting.
Oh my god, it's great. Yeah, and like the lighting doesn't match the background at all. So funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. Another character I'd never heard of before.
No, we've never played any of the Darkstalkers games. I've never even seen them. Like I've like very rarely even see what they look like.
No, I even now I could not tell you what these characters look like beyond these little chibi icons.
The chibis are hotter anyway.
We've established.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's never been like a wackier fighting game than this, has there?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, what about Clay Fighters?
Yeah, okay. I'll give it to Clay Fighter. They made a zanier fighting game than this. It doesn't make it better, though.
No, I mean, obviously this game is made by the graphical masters.
Yeah.
Nothing could look better than this and feel better than this.
Yeah, Capcom all hand-drawn.
Yeah. Clay Fighters looks like it's taped together.
I mean, it's still made by hand.
Oh, it's beautiful. It just as a game, it sucks.
It's very like, it's dime a dozen.
Yeah.
For a fighting game, it's nothing special.
Yeah.
It's all just right, like the gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. Like you see the way each of them look and you laugh and then you're done. Well, let's play Virtua Fighter after this one, and
okay. We'll
see where they were at. We could play if I can emulate Dreamcast on here, we could play some Soul Calibur. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're destroying me in this game.
Oh yeah, Soul Calibur is fun.
I kill you! Alright, so I'm not really clear on the Street Fighter universe, but it seems like with every iteration of Street Fighter, there are more people who come from Ryu's school of martial arts, right? Like Ryu and Ken, and then Dan appears to have been trained the same way, right? They all can do Hadouken.
Yeah.
They can all do Koryuken.
It's like all these different guys with different heads because they're all from different countries, but they have the same body.
Yes. And they're all doing the same, basically the same moves, but with different attitudes. Dan is American though, right?
Oh yeah, he is.
I mean, Dan is the American Street Fighter character that we deserve, right? Like Ken is like an ideal, right? Dan is
Guile is also American.
Yeah. They're like very complimentary to Americans. Dan is a weed, right? Like there is nothing cool about Dan.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like well, if you never played these games, Dan is like has like a really weak Hadouken.
Yeah, right. It's tiny.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's like the fad. He's like the guy who's like on the outskirts of the inner circle.
Right, he's us. It's us if we ever trained for our entire lives to be part of Street Fighter.
And you have kind of like a handicap playing against him. So if you could beat Akuma, then you're good.
Right, Akuma is like the best one of all of those guys.
Yeah, he's like the scariest of them all. He has an attack that kills you. But Dan also has an attack that kills you. So he's deep down very strong. He's just kind of like, right. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're playing something else?
Yeah, let's do Virtua Fighter. Dan could get a spot as Trump's VP. Yes, he has that energy for sure.
I kill you!
Yeah, he'd be like, I did 2 Hadoukens today, and they said it's racist. Oopsie. All right. Virtua Fighter. I love it's so virtual that they take the L out. Uh-oh. Nothing but bins. There's no Q in here. Let's see what happens, I guess. It doesn't even recognize it. That's a problem. Uh-oh. Oop. Wait. How do I go back? This might not work. Sucks. Yeah, it's not recognizing it. All right, we'll play Virtua Fighter another time. All right, let's see what else we got here.
We have Bug.
Yeah, you want to play Bug?
Yeah, let's play Bug.
Oops. The Saturn, yeah.
So yeah, this was the only game I could remember for the Sega Saturn because I played it for like 5 minutes as a kid at the store.
Oh yeah, I've never played any of this. I'll give you the controller though.
Sega Away Team.
Yeah.
They were off on a different planet.
Yeah, the B team. What's the A team up to? He's a star.
So yeah, they were doing a little mascot revival, I guess.
I guess so.
By this point, mascots were already kind of old, weren't they? Like we had Bubsy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I mean, they had Gex in this era, didn't they?
That's true.
I feel like Gex is like this, where it's like he's like a movie star or something.
Oh, really?
All right, Gex is like he's like a fan of he just watches TV. So like he like imagines himself in TV shows.
Oh, I see. Well, Bug's living it. This is the real Bug's life.
I mean, it looked like he was. It looked like it was being filmed, just like in A Bug's Life. It's also fake in A Bug's Life because they show how it's all just there's like outtakes.
Right. All right, it's you. You're right. It's all fake.
Yeah. So you watched A Bug's Life, right?
We did watch A Bug's Life on the drive. We watched a lot of movies on the drive. We were driving for 15 hours over 2 days, and we watched A Bug's Life, which is just like, by and large, a total waste of comedic talent. There's almost no jokes in that movie.
Yeah.
It's almost like that was the prototypical animated movie with no jokes in it.
No jokes in it. There's jokes. They're just dumb.
They're very mild. Real.
Hey, you stink bug.
Yeah. It's all just like, Pixar Pixar's Forks kind of jokes,
Pixar's Forks.
Remember when The Daily Show bravely made fun of Pixar when nobody else would? They made a fake movie called Forks, and they just like held up, one fork and another fork talking to each other like puppets, and it was like, I wish there was somewhere I could run away to. I wish there was somewhere I could run away to. And then they started like running away together, and then you hear just like, cutlery, love to be your cutlery. Yeah. Nobody has made fun of Pixar since.
I mean, people make fun of Pixar, but like, it's like they make like a AI generated picture of Hitler in like a Pixar style and say it says cost with like an apostrophe.
I don't get it.
The joke is that they were able to get that image by using clever like wording.
Gotcha.
Like people have been doing everything with like a shitty Pixar style, and I feel like that's how people make fun of Pixar now, is by showing how easy it is to just generate
right
that shit.
How generic it all is.
Yeah,
See,
it's generic.
This is more fun than like this is what they should have done with Sonic 3D Blast.
They were making a game like this. Maybe this is what it became. Wait, this was Sega's away team.
Yeah.
They were making, there was something that got leaked recently that looked like this as a Sonic game. So maybe that's what they were doing and then changed it because it didn't feel like Sonic. No! All right, that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, to fall into the void and then just squish.
There's a little walking around guy. There's so many in the 90s.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Like Sonic almost doesn't count because he runs. He doesn't have that attitude. He's like he's got like a like I'm getting out of here attitude. This guy is just like taking a chill, just walking around, nowhere to go really.
Yeah, getting his ass kicked. He doesn't care.
In his entire life, what does he even do?
Walks around.
Like, he can't even jump up above that.
No.
He has to walk around.
Yeah. Right. He's required to walk around.
This is what this guy does, and we don't remember him, and he doesn't care. He's indifferent to the fact that the Sega Saturn failed, and that he's not a household name.
I mean, there were 2 bug games.
Really?
There's a sequel to this, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the second one is good.
Okay, those death animations are fun.
I was playing Suikoden the other day on PlayStation, and I was like, I've heard a lot about this game. It's all right. It's a little wonky. And then I played Suikoden 2, and that shit rules. It is so good. Like, it just looks amazing, feels amazing. So sometimes you gotta burn off a first game.
That's like a lot of games are like that. I didn't even know. I never even played Virtua Fighter, and I was like, definitely get the 2.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's like if it's got a 2, it's probably better than the first one.
Yeah, you just know. You just know it is tight compared to the first one.
Yeah. Ah.
Is there any way to do that without getting hurt?
I don't know.
So, other than A Bug's Life, we watched, I want to say, at least 6 hours of the Smurfs. Like the
Wow.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Which one do you think I liked better? A Bug's Life or 6 hours of the Smurfs?
Probably the Smurfs, because like A Bug's Life is like the only really good thing I can say about A Bug's Life is that it was still made in that time where Pixar's animation was like really good. Like they had less to work with and better animators because they were like people who did 2D.
Oh yeah, it is very impressive looking for its time. And I genuinely think Heimlich is hilarious looking.
Yeah.
They did a lot with it, for sure.
But the jokes suck, like you were saying.
Yeah, the jokes suck.
are terrible.
There's no characterization, really. Bunch of celebrity voices, but not a single character to take away from that movie. But anyway, the Smurfs, also great voices, by the way.
Gargamel is a great character.
Gargamel's awesome. So Gargamel, like I watched a lot of scenarios play out with Gargamel, and I very quickly realized, as I'm sure, it seems obvious to everybody at this point. Gargamel acts like his one consuming desire is to eat the Smurfs, is to not only do away with them, but to consume them. That's all he wants. But every time he gets his hands on the Smurfs, which is very often for somebody who seemingly can't find them, can't defeat them, he gets his hands on the Smurfs very often, and what does he do? He locks them in the cupboard so he can heat up the cauldron.
Okay, Mr. Hotshot Game Player.
And of course they always escape. That's cute.
Yeah.
Gargamel doesn't really want to eat the Smurfs, right? He would have nothing. His desire to eat the Smurfs is so much more potent than any feeling he might actually get from eating the Smurfs. I mean, I think Gargamel is constantly hungry. I believe that Gargamel is very poor. And that he would eat the Smurfs out of necessity. And that's probably why he's so hungry for them. But he doesn't want to eat them. He doesn't want the Smurfs to go away. And in fact, there was an episode, which, I'm sure Peo wrote this one, where he gets the Smurfs, and then somebody talks some sense into him and tells him, Gargamel, you don't actually want... What would you do if there were no Smurfs? And Gargamel bursts into tears with that realization. Understanding finally that he can't eat the Smurfs because then there wouldn't be any Smurfs. And he actually spares the Smurf who tells him this because he realizes he does need the Smurfs to go on after, he eats them. But he didn't eat any of them, of course, because he never does. He doesn't want to. And
I've met Gargamel. Total loser. Wouldn't even eat the Smurfs. I dared him to do it. He started crying like a little baby.
Right. We served him Smurf at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I like that too, Gabby, that Smurf is a different nonsense word in different languages. It's les Schtroumpfs, right? Or Schtroumpfs in Belgian or French. It's just a nonsense word. And then they just use that word in their language to mean almost everything. The Smurfs is, you know, the Smurfs is, would you say the Smurfs are a single organism? With different facets?
They're a colony organism.
Yeah, because no Smurf has enough of an individual personality to exist on its own, including Papa Smurf.
Maybe.
And that's why there's only one girl, because she represents the feminine facet of the organism.
Okay, I'm sick of this. I've done that like 8 times.
But I would go even further and posit that Gargamel is part of that organism too, because he represents the darkness in the mind of the organism, right? He lives separate but nearby.
I mean, he looks like a human to me.
Yeah, well, maybe he's the human side of the Smurfs, right? If we
well, they look like us.
They do look like us, but they're only the good parts of us, and Gargamel is all the bad parts of us. All right, what are we going out on here? I know. What? Empty. All right, we're gonna play Willy Wombat next time. I definitely want to get to that. Let's try this. I haven't tried this. This is another treasure game. I think it's on Saturn. So it's probably also hard as fuck. And we got 10 minutes left before we call it a night. Gargamel's a bunch of Smurfs mashed together, right? And you know, obviously this is not a new observation, but Smurfette's integration into the Smurf village plays out exactly the way the plot of the first Avatar movie does. She's an evil creation of Gargamel. Hell yeah.
And gets assimilated into the society, and by using magic becomes one of them for real.
Exactly. She falls in love with the Smurf village and wants to be one. See, like, if I saw this as like a 12-year-old, it would have been like, I would have been watching this like, no, I would just be watching this on repeat.
I mean, Mischief Makers, you know, like the N64 couldn't do this, but Mischief Makers had an opening that I would watch over and over. Mm-hmm. Just like with characters like sliding across the screen and stuff, but it's still cool.
It's enough. It's enough to inspire the wonder that like the rest of the game is not going to give you. Fucking dope. I love it. I love the shape of these weird guys with their big shoulders. This guy looks a little like Cloud. Oh god, I love when anime in the 80s and 90s has fucking like moving backgrounds.
Yeah. The Sonic OVA thing I was talking about has that while Sonic is running around.
It's awesome. Right? That looks like Cloud with the asymmetrical shoulder pad. Oh, and who is this? This little girl crying into the darkness. They must save her.
But how?
But how? Oh, there's like story and versus mode. If you're like sick of all this fucking story already. Ah. Oh my god, I get to be one of these characters. Oh, I get to be a couple of these characters. Alright, I'm gonna be Nicole.
Be the guy with the little like Pikachu guy.
Yeah, cute. that's oh, this guy's kind of boneheaded. Oh, I love the talk icons.
That looks just like Marina.
Right. This is their house style.
That's like the same design.
Yeah.
And that girl looks like her too.
Mm-hmm. This looks sick. Is this gonna be like an arcade beat 'em up kind of game?
I have no idea. I've never heard of this.
Whoa.
Where am I? Oh, that's me.
Oh my god, this looks so cool. How do I run into another platform? I don't know how to do anything, but this looks so damn cool. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, the like shoulder buttons annoying.
Yeah, I don't know why
that.
like Saturn maps to the shoulder buttons like that.
I don't know. Do you think that was how the games were, or is it just like something with this?
I don't know. I've been trying to like remap it and it keeps going back to this for all of the Saturn games. But I'm sure I can change it.
Okay, so
How do you change planes?
top button.
It's one of the shoulder buttons?
No.
Oh, the top. I see.
North button.
Oh, I see.
Like I don't know. I hate all video game companies for not standardizing this shit 30 years ago.
Yeah. Why do we have to play all these different things?
Because on the Nintendo, the bottom button is the B button. But on the Xbox, the bottom button is the A button.
I feel like this game, it suffers the way a lot of like games that are trying to look animated does, where like there's just too much of a delay between actions and stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks so cool. I can be very forgiving of that because this looks amazing.
Yeah, like, do you see how before I jump, there's like what? Stop moving.
Oh.
You see how like when I jump, like there's like a frame where I duck. Most games don't do that.
No, but it makes for great animation. I mean, just the way it like, I love their idle animations. Everything here is beautiful. Oh, we lost. Wait, I lost or you did?
I paused or something.
Or something, yeah, no. This is not going to be playable to us in the amount of time we have to play it, but...
Yeah.
I kind of... Oh, okay. I kind of want to get good. I kind of want to get good because it just looks so cool. I can't believe how much animation is in this. There's like 6 different characters you can be.
Yeah, well, they were probably like, the animators were probably salivating when they found out how much space you could put on a disc.
Yeah.
And like, you know, let's put a whole anime on this.
Seriously, let's make a playable anime. Finally.
And yeah, like they were probably able to port more games than ever over to console.
That's you.
I did. Oh.
I would love to just turn all that shit off somehow.
What is that? Is that when you die?
Yeah, when you die.
Why is there a thing that interrupts the game?
I think because this might have been an arcade.
Yeah, like I was saying, like a lot of consoles, a lot of arcade games, oh, you could run.
Look at the beautiful multi-plane backgrounds, too.
Help! Just like Meredith's just like looking at nature while I'm getting murdered by axe assholes. Look how wonderful nature is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, is this a good guy?
I think so, yeah. This looks like fucking Sinbad the Sailor. All these planes.
Yeah.
Welcome to the chat, Sako Bako. Unfortunately, we are about to end the night. I gotta
But
get up
welcome to Thingus.
Yeah, welcome to Thingus.
The show where we play old games and remember things.
Yes, I'd say we've done quite a bit of it tonight. This was a nice one. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and I hope you all have too.
Yeah, like even though the thing I remembered, like me playing that game Bug at the store, it's like the blurriest like 1 kilobyte memory I have, but
Right.
It was enough for me to remember the name of the game.
Yes, it's just a flashbulb memory. The game cannot demand more of that.
It was literally 30 years ago. It was 29 years ago.
Yeah. It's a miracle to remember such things.
And then I remember playing it for 5 minutes, and then I play it for 5 minutes again because it's bad.
Because it's bad, and that's how long it should be played.
And you would never buy this console just to play that game. We didn't have this though.
No. I cannot believe this game.
I just had Mischief Makers, and like, yeah, the amount of love they put into the art in their games is really fun. Like that's of interest to me, at least.
There's nothing quite like this. So this studio folded. Does anybody have the story?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Treasure. I mean, I think didn't they get bought by Enix?
And then Enix just shut them the fuck down.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I feel like in Mischief Makers it shows the Enix logo at the beginning.
Ah.
So
yeah.
that is also like the same font. Wait, no. Where do I recognize this font from? Yeah, I think maybe a lot of PS1 games, because that looks like the Breath of Fire 3 font.
Yeah. I think you might be right. It does look like that.
Yeah, I want to play more of that game. We started a game, but that was lost.
Oh, right.
Because we didn't have a memory card.
Terrible memory card. Yeah, I mean, that's how it was when I played it as a kid, too.
Yep. Yeah, like...
bring back the light. Who dares?
I love how they just jump away and let us deal with it.
Yeah, I know. The multiplane, like, jumping is an interesting...
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's interesting.
It's definitely like, you know, if you're at the arcade and you're looking for novelty, they've got a few here for you. Like this has kind of a Dragon's Lair kind of feel to it, you know? Except it actually worked. You can actually play it.
Oh, there's magic.
How dare you?
How dare you? Do you even know who you're dealing with?
What now? Alright, we're gonna beat these skeletons and then call it a night.
How dare you defeat my skeletons? Oh yeah, we didn't do heroes and villains.
Oh, right. Alright. Real quick. Heroes and villains. Well, I'd like to nominate the guy who pulled my van out of the mud. He did it so quick. He came with his big truck. He's part of CAA. And he came with his big truck and winched it right out. It was out in seconds. And then a week later, when we had a shed delivered, it was him again. So absolutely my hero of the week.
Mm-hmm. What about villains? They wouldn't hinder you.
Did anyone hinder me? I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't following the world, so it didn't really fuck with me until I got home. I feel pretty spared from the ills of the past 2 weeks.
Well, did you hear about the Tenacious D thing?
Oh right, he had to apologize.
Yeah.
He got in trouble.
He said the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have apologized. That was stupid. Don't ever do that.
No.
Like, what are you gonna get out of apologizing?
I mean, he made a dumb joke, but like, you don't have to apologize.
No.
You can say you want the president to get killed if you want.
He's not the president!
Oh my
All right,
God.
we're calling it a night. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week, and I have the feeling we're going to be doing more Saturn and PlayStation when we are. So we'll see you then. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.